Hello, YouTube. Um, it's 3:05 a.m. here, so good morning. Um, I'm Frank, and today I'm going to show you how to download, install Semantic UI via um via Node.js using the npm model. So we need to go to this website, which is semantic.ui.com, and we need to get started with the uh, force and semantic.ui is a CSS framework that is simple for developers to use. And if you want to create an awesome website like this, uh, get finance website, get great layout, everything, then I recommend the use of Semantic UI, and it's one of the finest in town. So now we're going to go to get started. So we know how to use this CSS fra- framework. So now we are going to install Semantic UI, and we have an option, the simpler setup. If you are using Semantic UI as a dependency and just want to use our default theme, use our lighter UI CSS or UI based report. If you just need files, the files you can download them from a zip from GitHub. And um, I will not recommend this because you don't have much control over your files. So I recommend the use of Node.js. So um, if you have Node.js, if you already have Node.js, you can skip this step and wait for me. When I get finished, then we start. So now, if you're on Mac, then you're going to follow this process. On Mac, you're going to get use the brew install node, um, using the home brew, or use the git to install um, the Node.js. And if you're on a Linux, you have your option there. You can use that option. But I'm on Windows, and I will use this option on Windows. So I need to download the Node.js executable. And once I click on the Node.js.executable, it brings me here, and it's pretty um bad here because you're going to find it difficult to find the latest version because there are a lot of versions here. So I recommend the use of the https forward slash node.js forward slash en dot download, and it brings you here. This is a more simplified interface of uh, of Node.js, and it's pretty simple. So now you are going to download your version, the version that you're on. So I'm on Windows 64 bits, so I can download the binary or the installer, which is the binaries.exe or the MSI. So you select um, your version of Node.js. So I've already downloaded the Node.js. I need not to download again. So now I'll come to my downloads, then I'll search for Node, then I have the Node here. So I can run, I'll run, and this is how it will look like after downloading and running. So you click on next. I already have Node.js, so I'm going to change. But you are going to have the license agreement and you accept. Click on next. So I'll change. Then I'll come here. You are going to arrive here. So you click on next and then change. Yours is installed. So everything is done. Node is set. So we're going to uh, run cmd and then we check if our npm is set. So npm is um, part of the node, and once we run the npm, if we don't have any error or if you don't have any screen apart from this one, then it means your node was installed successfully. You have node now. You can use your node to get started. So now we have installed Node.js. So what you need to do now is come here, then we install Gulp and see Semantic UI. We use Gulp, which is an npm model and must be installed globally. And we use this line of code. We use this line of code. Sorry. We use this line of code to install Google. So we need to our open our CMD, then we install N- npm install -g go. We're going to run this code and we have to have a result. Okay, now we have our Gulp installed already, and it is in C program files Node.js Gulp. So you can go and check if you have this file called Gulp in your Node.js. We can be found program files at local DC. It is done successfully. So now we need to install semantic.ui, and we are going to create a folder anywhere that can be accessible on our computer, so we can extract and get the semantic.ui files in that folder. And I'm going to look at this D, that's my look at this D. Then I'll create a folder called semantic, and it is already created. So I open it in this empty folder. So we are going to direct our route to this folder. So now we are in this folder, and uh, semantic is saying we need to run this code npm install semantic -ui -c. That's what we're going to do now. So npm install semantic UI hyphen save. So we get our code running. Oh, 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 sorry, I made an error. Instead of writing install, it was uninstall. So we need to make that change. So now we have npm install. So there's an error. There's an error. Oh, there's an error. I did another error here, so I need to correct that error. Now let's see. Okay, now our semantic is running. Okay, now we got our semantic UI installing and building everything. So we need to wait. Okay. Mm, it will take some time if you have a slow network, and it's done. So we are about to start with the installation, and now we have this all time 32242 and run setup semantic UI, use arrow keys. So you have these options. uh, Automatic, use default location or components. Express, set components and output folder. Or custom. So we need to use the automatic. Uh, so we select the automatic. And now, is this your project folder? It asks. So if you uh, you set your location to, let's say, D, and you have this semantic folder. So is that your project folder? So if yes, then you can select this one and we can install semantic UI here. Or no, let me specify. You specify the place that you want to install, extract the semantic UI. So here I'll select yes. Okay, let me go to yes. Why should we put semantic inside UI inside the project? So if you have any other folder or any folder inside this place, you specify. Me, I will use the default um, folder which is semantic inside this semantic folder. So we press enter and it's going to use that one. And you see we have semantic folder with the semantic dot um, JSON for. So it's installing, everything is building. Uh, we have this tree. Now we have successfully extracted semantic UI files from the server. Now we need to run this line of code, which means redirect our root folder into the folder that was created automatically, or the folder that we specified if you specified or directed to your project folder, or a folder that you extracted the semantic. So we have the semantic, see the semantic. So now we are in semantic folder. We need to run the code Gulp build. So the Gulp build, and the Gulp build um, does compress the JavaScript files, the CSS files, the assets, everything that we're going to need uh, in our framework, and it compress and uh, create a minified version of these components that we need. So every JavaScript file or CSS file is being um, compressed or minified. And one important thing is that we're going to get all the CSS file in one minified version and all the JavaScript file in one unified version after the Gulp build, and that is one of the important use of Gulp in our development, and I think it's a very nice tool. I recommend for everyone. Okay, now we got our semantic um our Gulp build successfully. We have we can go to our folder, our semantic, then we have all that we need, and we have the source, the tags, and the Gulp file. The source tags Gulp file was extracted before we run the Gulp build um, file, or we run the Gulp build code. So the disk contains the minified version of the minified version of the JavaScript files needed. The semantic dot minified CSS contains all uh, the minified versions of all the CSS, and you see we have everything, all the CSS that we need minified into one file, all the JavaScript into one file. We have the semantic dot CSS, which is not a minified version, and we have the semantic dot JavaScript, which is not a minified version. Now, our components contains all the JavaScripts and the CSS files for individual components, and these files came together to build the minified versions. So if you go to API.js, which is not a minified version, you're going to find it in the semantic um, .js, which is not the minified. And when you find the API.minified, it can be found in the semantic minified. So you don't need to copy all these files or components into your assets when it comes to the project. All that you need to do is copy the semantic or the minified versions. So the themes, the default uh, files that is attached to our project. So we're going to need the themes folder, the semantic dot minified CSS, and the semantic dot minified JavaScript. So let's select these two files. So the three files, sorry, copy. Now I have a project on XAMPP. So XAMPP, then 80 dollars. So the project is Semantic UI and my assets. Okay, let me delete this one. Now my assets. So I come to my assets, then I paste it here. So uh, now what we need to do is copy the semantic dot main, which is a CSS file, into the CSS folder, and the semantic dot main dot JS into the JS folder. And now we have our assets, so we can include our PHP files, our HTML files. We just redirect, we create a link and direct the CSS into the CSS, the JS into the JS, and the teams to the teams. And now what we need to do is go down here, then include in your HTML, we include uh, the link. So here is going to be assets, then CSS forward slash semantic.js, and here is going to be uh, assets um, JS semantic.js, and that is what we build out of semantic UI. And when it comes to how to update our semantic, because we don't need to download everything anytime all the time, with the npm we can just automatically update using this line of code. So we start our cmd, then we type npm update to get the new semantic um, .ui if they update their service. So we just update, then we run the Gulp build again. We get the new files if they update. We copy and paste into our project, and that's all. Thanks for watching this video, and if you like my video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks. Bye.